have a little bit of a delay here. All right, we're supposed to go at 10, and it's 5:02 right now. I just want to make sure everything is up and running. Hey, everybody. Kurt Quinnell back on Lake of the Woods. Whoop, another one. I got to pay attention. I just hang in here. Let's let some people get in here first of all, okay? And then we'll go. Live deals are good because it tells me how many people are there. There's one now. Morning, Mr. One. Thumbs up to you too. It is a snowy morning, and I wish that I had had some snow, and now we're getting some snow. It's not going to amount to anything, but probably I'll have enough to bank the fish house. Ooh, 27 people now. Yeah, I'm still early, I guess. And the phone is my clock, so I can't. Why not? For those of you here early, I'll tell you. All right, see me catch a fish right away. My first fish of the day. And it's a walleye. How about that? Here you go, little buddy. Off you go. Come on. There you go. Caught up in there, bud? Huh? There he goes. Now there's fish around. Actually, quite a lot of them. I had lines in the water at 10 to 8 this morning. I pulled the blue house out yesterday. In a couple of minutes, I'll take you outside and show you what's up here. Got set up yesterday, fished here yesterday, did really good from noon until 1:30, and then it clouded over. And when it clouded over, that slowed things down, and that happens. Maybe the bite was over, maybe because of the clouds. But that's what happened yesterday. And I never got out here till probably 9:30 because I pulled in the house, doing stuff. It was 9:30 before we got fishing. And the morning was not anything so special. But then I'd heard, I usually only fish the mornings, all right? But I got buddies out here who've been fishing all day, and afternoons have been good. So I stayed out all yesterday afternoon and had that really good bite. Nice fish. Had a 24-incher yesterday. That was in the morning, though. And there's fish around now. At 10 to 8 until 9, there was nothing. I didn't see a fish. I didn't have a bite. At about 10 after 9, suddenly there were fish around. Okay? But they were all little. And like that one I just caught, he's nothing so great. Anyway, all right, we'll start it now. I'm not sure exactly what time it is. We're 4 minutes in, so we got to be close. Hey, welcome, Lake of the Woods. I am Kurt Quinnell, fishing out of Long Point Resort, which is what I do all year. But from one end of the lake to the other on Lake of the Woods, fishing's good. I was excited to do this, and one of the reasons I wanted to is I've been fishing a lot since the opener, since our first time out December 14th. Fishing a lot and waiting, like everyone else, for the ice to get thick enough to pull a bigger house out. I use my track machine now, and all of that happened 2 days ago here at Long Point. There are some places around the lake here and there where people were on the edge and they were out with trucks and wheelhouses. But now, from one end to the other, it is pretty much carte blanche. Now, I don't know about the huge stuff, but I'm sitting up here on 17 inches of ice. And a week ago, there was like 11. I do that a lot. So we had a nice cold snap over the weekend. I took 3 days off and didn't fish. I sat in my house where it was warm and caught up on some other things that I had to do. So that was perfect. And then it warmed up a little bit. It's nice today. It's like 17 or something right now, I think. But the first day I had this big house out. So last night when I quit, at about 3, is that last night? I left the heat on, locked up and came in this morning. It was nice in here. The holes were pretty much open. And I just sat down and started fishing. It was glorious. With conditions good enough, you can drive around. Fish that are biting pretty good. We're going to talk about the bite here. Oh, I've been missing these. I'm sorry. David Schwantz coming out here in 7 days. Good luck. About how you set up your flasher with the jig below. Yeah, I'll do all that now. And if you've been writing stuff on here, I'm sorry I've been missing it. Hey, Kevin, it's been good here. Hey, Marlon. Kevin wants to know what. Well, I'll show you the blinking lights. I am kind of excited. I got some new blinking lights. I've ordered blinking lights from 3 or 4 different places. And I've got them, many that are too big, many that are too small. This is my new one. Let's look at this guy blink. That really flashes. That's a big, and this is red. Now, people ask me what colors were best, and the blinking lights I had before blinked 3 or 4 different colors, every one of them. Adam is out doing decent out of Adrian's Road. Patrick's out here fishing, watching fishing videos. There you go. So I haven't noticed that color of the blinking light. Oh, I didn't show you everything else, did I? I'm sorry. I'll right back up. And this is what I was struggling with this morning. I got here no fish on the depth finder, all right? There's my blinking light, and below it I just got that little tungsten jig with a live chub on it. Now, if you had live shiners, you could use live shiners. If you wanted to use dead frozen shiners, you could probably use them too. You need to have fish around. You got to be able to see them, you know them, then they go. Where do you get those blinking lights from? Well, I tell you, I answer that question 100 times every day. The first bunch I got on Amazon. But first of all, your bait stores are going to have them. Just from what I've seen around here, Log Cabin Bait has them, and I'm sure Outdoors Again and Badet would have them. And unless they're sold out, your good bait stores are going to have those blinking light lures. There's one called a Dirty Bomb, and that's that blinking light, but right below it, right there, is a treble hook. They've got a treble hook right below the Dirty Bomb. What I do is I just get the light, and I drop a 4-inch dropper down to my bait, all right? 150 yards east of me with the snow dogs. All right, see, these guys were out here yesterday. It was cool. I saw the snow dogs out here. If you don't know what snow dogs are, Google them when we get down here. You'll be surprised. And they're doing good. Mike's heading to the Northwest Angle in a couple of weeks, ready to try the blinking lights. I think that the blinking lights work best in maybe deeper water. It's dark down there, and these lights, I think that would do the most. If you're in a shallow, clear lake, I don't know what they do, but it just seems to reason that your blinking light lure would work good if it was dark all around it. Okay? Now, these guys, the snow dogs, are just east of me. I saw them set up this morning. And they were there yesterday, and they did good, and I was doing good, but I haven't done anything here. Got a buddy fishing up to the west of me, and they're like 200 yards away. They've got wheelhouses out there. And heck, he was texting me at 8 o'clock. They caught 2 really nice walleyes this morning at 8. And I hadn't seen any yet. I have done saltwater fishing. I fished in the Gulf of Mexico with Johnny Candle a year ago, November. That was great. Everyone do that. All right, it's good. Catching burbot on the Dirty Bomb yesterday. Yeah, well, and I've used. Come on, Betty. Or these fish that come through and are timid. Why'd they be timid? Fish are mean, you know. And that's kind of what happened yesterday when the bite slowed down. Suddenly they were there and they were looking, but not biting anymore. Now I've lost my train of thought. He's over on this one. 117 people out there. Hey, thank you. What size line do you prefer? I don't know that I prefer anything. Thanks, Daniel. I use 6-pound test fire line here, and this leader. All right, that's about a 6 or 7 inch leader. This leader is a 14-pound mono. It maybe should be a fluorocarbon, but I don't think I've used a fluorocarbon in my life for anything, so I didn't want to start. So with 14-pound test mono and 6-pound test fire line on my reels, it's the mono that breaks, not the fire line when things break. Glenn will be at Arneson's in February. Good. Green Bay, Wisconsin. If you're going to fish outside in the cold, you probably don't want to use fire line. They've got ice lines that you can use that don't freeze. Fire line will freeze. It freezes and it gets stiff, and it's just not good if you're fishing outside where it's cold. Maybe everything else does too, but if you're in that, then you need a different product. There's a lot of products around and everything works good. You don't have to use 6-pound test fire line. I just liked it. I'm talking about rock, heading for the hole. So if you asked me a question on there and I haven't answered it, I missed it. So sorry about that. But maybe I didn't miss anything. Okay. And the other line is set up the same way. Oh, good, a lot of things coming. Pollock, South Dakota. Hey, I know where that is. Fishing's great there. Good. I am 31 feet. Thanks, Noah. Well, I've got you all here. Maybe if some of you haven't subscribed yet to the Kurt Quinnell YouTube channel, it doesn't cost anything. You don't have to do it either, but if you subscribe to the channel, then when I get a new video on, you get notified. Now, I'm not sure how you get notified, but you do. Jeez, that minnow lasted, 10 seconds? But fishing has been real good since the opener. It seemed like it took a long time for us to get going, but things were normal. We are usually out ice fishing in the pack of locals that I fish with on the 14th of December. Usually not before then. And I think that was the day we were out, the 14th. And here at Long Point, it's usually the 7th of January before trucks are getting out. All right? And that was exactly how it went this year. It just seemed like it took a long time to get here. Okay. What size battery on your Helix? I have a Helix 10, and I'm starting to shop for lithium batteries, setting up for ice fishing shuttle. The best way to do that is to buy the ice fishing bundle, okay? But if you're handy and can set that stuff up, this is a Norsk battery. Well, they're little tiny fish, and they get on there and pull my rod over, and I reel them up a little bit, and they get off. They've got a great battery for that, and it's way back in here. Look up for Norsk battery, using good for Helix. They got plenty of power. Bringing spikes for the perch bite. I know what you mean, spikes like little worms, not cleats for your shoes. I'd suggest bringing cleats for your shoes because there's not much snow out here. The ice is very slippery. Hey, man, the channel afternoons. Oof. Yeah, I don't know. I know what you mean. That after five outdoors, he was an ambitious guy. He might have just burnt out. He was doing reports of heck 5 or 6 different lakes every week. Hope that he's fine. Show up in here, all right? Hastings, East Sussex, England. Well, that'd be Hastings, Minnesota, but it's Hastings, England. Wow. Greetings. What time is it there? Grubs. I know what you meant. Sure. I've caught 2 perch all winter so far. But if you want to catch perch, go fish out of Swift Ditch or out of War Road. That shallower area where there seems like it's got a lot. They're catching bucket loads of perch right now. And if you bring spikes for them, there's no one doing that. I mean, they're perch fishing with regular walleye stuff, but they're just catching perch. Around here, I think you could have anything you wanted down, and once in a while you'd get a perch, and that'd be it. So I'm not a huge perch targeter. I love them when I get them. Pulled 4 bluegills through the ice here in Missouri yesterday. I've caught. Well, you saw the one fish that I've caught here today, and it was little, and that was fun. So I like to get out here as soon as I can, and now already, we're just a little ways into to winter here, but the days are already getting longer. So it used to be a quarter after 8 before you get out. Now, heck, at quarter to 8, you can have lines in the water. You can be fishing. Got another fish coming in here. Had all these things I was going to talk about today, but now the fish are just bugging me. There, I got this one. Don't worry, don't get up. It'll be fine. He's not big, but there's fish around. Until 10 after 9, there wasn't even fish around. How about that? And this one is a walleye too, so maybe what's not here is the saugers, huh? My minnow's still good. Joey, all right, good question. I'm sorry, Joey. There should be a thing on here. Minnesota, northern Minnesota, on Lake of the Woods, right on the Canadian border, on the Minnesota side of Lake of the Woods, and it's where I always am. So if I forget to mention that every single time, thanks for reminding me, all right? Lake of the Woods is a large, wonderful ice fishing destination. From one end of the lake to the other, up into the Canadian side, the northwest angle, fishing is great. Great. If we come in and say, boy, we didn't have very good fish today, I realize people only caught 25 or 30 fish of varying sizes. I'm usually fishing by myself. So if I catch 25, I got 2 of them here, we'd have 50, right? Did it snow much up there today? No, we didn't have an inch. I think it's still snowing now. In fact, let's do this. I have got my phone right over my fishing holes. So when I take this off the holder, I may drop the phone in the hole and then it'll be gone forever. But I'm going to try. All right, here we go. Uh-huh. Oh, we did that. Whoop. There we go. Okay. Well, I muted it, but I didn't drop it down the hole, so it should be all good here. Thank you for the heads up there. Yeah, you can now. And we're back. There we go. But there's a tour of the outside. Fish just come through. Fish just come through off and on all day. If you watch the videos, I can use a couple more cameras. I'm kind of new at this YouTube live thing, but you can use a couple more cameras. So put one right in front of the Mega Live, and that's the best seat in the house. That's awesome. When the Helix first came out, and I saw the Helix, I had to run out and get one right away. This is the best thing I ever saw. And then 10 years later, they came up with Mega Live, and I was, wow. So it's a lot of fun, this ice fishing. And when it's slow, especially now that I'm set up, I can get up and move around. I like my little silver house. That's great. But you're sitting there in a very nice, comfortable chair, but you're sitting there and you can fish in front of you, and there's really not much else you can do. It's so warm, this heater's hardly even working here today. Any structure out there in the main basin, rocks or humps? Not really. We're not far away from rocks, and people out here searching around with depth finders find an occasional little hump. But the shoreline here at Long Point has got a lot of little reefs in it. Get further out, get out to 30 feet, and there are no more rocks. It's flat, it's mud, it's just the basin, all right? So if you get over to fish like at Arneson's, everyone's heard of them, all right? They fish rocks a lot. There's rocks that are out in deeper. The water's not as deep over there as it is here. And that's only like 10 miles away from where I am is where they fish at Arneson's. And they fish around rocks because there's rock reefs all over out there. We've got them here too, but they're in closer. So mostly we're out in the mud. It's flat. And the fish are just roaming out here. Hey, Lumpy. Thanks. Good morning to you. Yeah, you can hear me now, Phil. I hope. Yep. The microphone's right. The last fish you caught was what, Kurt? It was a little walleye. That's all I've caught. I don't think I've caught a sauger. Unless the first one I caught was a sauger. Oop. These are little fish. Here comes another little guy. Let's see. I just said everyone catching saugers. Well, here's a little sauger. And this is there's a lot of little fish here, but this is a very unusual little fish. Off he goes. Took right off. Come on, buddy. Hang on. Okay. Do you know Bully Mike Chief? No. Can I see where you're fishing? Didn't we just do that? How would I show you where I'm fishing? Someone just playing a joke on me, trying to get me to drop my phone down the hole. Well, you just missed it. It's just out on the ice anyway. You really can't. You know, the funny thing about fishing, I was talking to a buddy of mine before, and I said, where are you fishing? He goes, I'm out on the numbers. I said, what? Everyone's got their places, you know, and I said, well, I don't have any numbers on my stuff here. So, as far as where you're fishing, here at Long Point, they haven't even plowed a road yet. I mean, there's so little snow out here, they're just driving around on their trails that they made. But you just get out to where they are and get off away from people and start fishing. There you go. Is it easy to bank the house, or is the snow rock hard? There's no snow. To bank what I got done on this yesterday, I just drilled holes around. I bet 10 holes around the house. Just pulled up the slush and banked it with that. Now with this little bit of snow that we're getting there, that'll help. And it blows around, so I'll get a little pile here and there. But the snow wasn't too hard, but there just wasn't enough of it to do any banking. There's fish here just about all the time, but right now they're all little. What size of fish do you consider a keeper on Lake of the Woods? We've been keeping 14 to 17 inches. Arthur says, you mentioned a heater. Wouldn't it melt the ice? No, it doesn't. But what size of fish do you consider a keeper on Lake of the Woods? I keep 15-inch walleyes and 14-inch saugers. All right. And I catch fishing in the mornings. I go home with 2 or 3. On a really good day, I'll have 4. But you're catching a lot of fish. But you catch this. We always have an abundance of 13 and 13.5-inch saugers. Now, used to be, if the fish went across the top of this bucket, it was a keeper. All right, that's what the bucket said. And since I started coming up here in 1981, that was what the deal was. Well, it's 12 inches across the top of this pail. That's it. So people have been keeping 12-inch saugers here forever. It's nothing new, and there's nothing in the world wrong with it. I'm here a lot, so I don't need those fish every day. But if I had a day, just a day to come up and fish, and that's what we were catching, you bet I'd keep. 13-inch saugers are okay. A lot of people keep 13s, but only because I'm here often enough. It's 14-inch saugers, 15-inch walleyes. And I could sure lower my count down a lot by saying 15-inch saugers and 15-inch walleyes. Just that 1 inch makes a huge difference. And if I kept the 13-inchers or the 12.5-inch saugers, you could be done pretty much every day. Not today, but pretty much every day in an hour. Because saugers are aggressive. They're just about always feeding. I'm not sure where they are today, but I'm thinking it might be another hour or so before we get going on those. How far are you from Arneson's Rocky Point fishing? It's 10 miles to the resort from here, probably 9 on the ice. Okay, and they fish out this way. So between 10 and 12 miles away on the ice from there. An amazing day at Zipple Bay yesterday. Keepers and flatfish. Biggest 24. Yesterday must have been the day of the 24-inch walleye because I caught one. Buddy's caught one. Another guy I know caught one this morning already. Until it clouded up. That's exactly what happened. Yesterday at 1:30, suddenly I realized it was cloudy, and the fish had quit biting. A little slow this morning. Got a couple 17-inch walleyes. Wow, that's good. Okay, Phil, thanks for checking in. This video stays around for a while, so you don't have to worry about missing it. Do you cook fish in your fish house or at home? I cook them at home. I don't cook in here. No, this isn't a camper fish house. I suppose maybe you could sleep overnight in here. It's plenty nice enough, but I don't cook in here. I just think it'd be a huge mess. But people do it all the time. I just don't. I've got, you see this over here? Now, again, we're going to drop the phone in. Okay. Ooh, listen to that crunch. Woo. Here's my heater. I've got a shelf up here. And if I brought a sandwich or something to heat up, something I want to melt cheese on, I just lay it right up there for a while. My tin foil to make it clean. And here's another one. If I wanted to boil water or heat up soup, I could put it right on there. And then see this fan? It's called a stove fan. It spins on its own. When you put heat underneath it, a lot of you are saying, oh yeah, I've got one of those too. But if you don't, look at how cool this is. It's just fan, just spins. And the hotter it gets, the faster it spins. It just moves air around the fish house. There. How about that for something else, huh? Do you think a live scope produces more fish versus a flasher? flashers are awesome. A flasher can't make fish appear. All right. Live scope or a mega live, what I've got, just gives you a better sense of what's going on. You can see more. You can see more around. I don't know that I've caught a lot. Well, I can't really say that. I'd say I really haven't caught a lot more fish since I started using the Mega Live. But I've caught a lot more suspended fish. Fish 10 feet off the bottom, 15 feet off the bottom. You see them. You know, then if they're 8 feet away that way, you know they're there. So you get your line up and straight up and down and jig a little bit, and the fish come shooting right over and bite it. Those are fish that you'd never have a shot at if you had a Vexilar. Vexilar is 25-year-old technology, and it's awesome. They haven't had to change it. My Mega Live unit has a, God, can you see that anymore? I think it's got a flasher in it. So if I want to use a flasher, and it's got a regular ice transducer, so I could run it as a helix, I can run it as a flasher, or I can run it as Mega Live. You've got all those options. But I think this is great technology. There's brouhahas going, but there always is. I'm going to stay out of all that. Dang, the ice just did something. Thunder on the lake. Yeah, no kidding. That was right here. Well, people for miles and miles heard that. But I think that you heard that out in YouTube land. 10:28. Oh, yeah, I was wondering what time it is. I got the time right here on my screen. Welcome, YouTube Live. Hi, everybody. I'm Kurt Quinnell from the NCOR Guide Service. I don't guide in the wintertime anymore. I just enjoy my mornings fishing, and I shoot more video. Off to the side, you can see my little fan spinning there, can't you still? And that other noise you're hearing is my fan up in the corner. When you heat a fish house, and again, just about everyone knows that, the heat goes up to the ceiling. It'll be 80 to 85 degrees on the ceiling and 30 degrees on the floor. So you get a fan going, that just keeps the air circulating nice in here. Did you build your cool fish house or did you buy it? Well, I bought it from a guy who built it. Both my fish houses are built by friends of mine who are really good at this stuff. I should probably try to pay attention. And they built it. You've seen that silver house. That's awesome. And this is nice. This is a 8 by 12. And it's very cool. If I was going to build one, I can't imagine what I would have different than this. It's got lights. It's got a good stove. It's got room to move around a little bit. I would like to catch a nice big whopper while everyone's here. But like yesterday was noon to 1:30. Who knows when they're going to come through? And here comes one right away. So I had someone from England watching this morning. That's pretty cool. Thank you for that. So if you're just sitting there typing, where are y'all from, huh? Put that on there. Let's see. We can go. There's 128 people. Well, I was in the radio business for 40 years. And the thing that I always wanted to know was, geez, how many people are out there? And you never knew for sure, okay? But now with this, you know exactly how many people are watching. From Cloquet, from Finland, what? Carlo Coronin. I bet I got that pronounced wrong, huh? Elgin, Minnesota, Eden Prairie, about 400 yards to my southwest. Northeast Michigan, Red Oak, Iowa, Grand Forks, North Dakota, Madison, Wisconsin, Des Moines, Iowa. Well, people love fishing on Lake of the Woods. Smart, because it's great. And it's Brad from New Mexico is here. Brandon from Grant, Michigan. Grigla, yeah, I know where that is. Terry Hagan from Bemidji. Okay, before I get off, people all over New York, Jackson, Mississippi. You don't get much ice fishing done there. Um, oh yeah, in the radio business. And I always thought that maybe if they could find a way to do it, they wouldn't want to because they know how many people were watching or listening. So now with YouTube, you can. Got 126 people out there, and this days people watch it for days afterwards. So this is all right. And if people aren't fishing, they're probably working anyway, so they've got to have this on and pretend they're working at the same time. Darren from TRF, Minnesota. I love TRF, Minnesota. Zimmerman. Austin Miller. Oh, here comes a good fish. Oh. He's doggone timid fish. He's right. Oh, he's coming. He's coming. New York City. Remember the old salsa commercial? Michael Parks is pretending he's working. But all his royalties from the Then Came Bronson TV show probably he doesn't have to work. Duluth, Minnesota. Got a fish down there hanging out right underneath this left bait. You know, and if you fish, you know, some days, boy, they want something moving. Some days you move it just a little bit, they're gone. Shane from central Wisconsin. He got buddies up here this week and he had to stay behind. There is no place that I know of in the country, anywhere that is more friendly to ice fisher people than Lake of the Woods as an industry. All right? Orange County, California. Mark is set up about 1.5 miles that way behind me. I moved from that bunch and came over here 2 weeks ago, and I've stayed. There are more people with great fish houses that you can rent. They will let you drive to them. They'll take you out there. They'll take you off and drop you off and pick you up in 3 days. They will check on you 10 times a day if that's what you want. There are more roads, more trails. It's just awesome. From along the Rainy River to all over the lake, up at the northwest angle, the U.S. side, Lake of the Woods is awesome. Now the Canadian side, awesome too. I think the pressure is here. I think there's a lot more people fishing U.S. waters here than Canadian waters. I'm on the TV in the Rice Castle right now, a few miles away. Can you show the setup with the blinking light? Okay, I'll do that. Where at Long Point are you? I'm out, straight out from Long Point, straight north, of Long Point out to 31 feet. Follow the trail. The trail wiggles around a little bit, but you get out of here. Want to see the setup? You got a Fish Daddy bomb spoon, but no extra leader. Okay, let's do this now. Whoa. Sure, I picked it up. There was a fish there. I've had, yesterday from 2 o'clock to 3:15 when I quit, I had 2 really nice sized fish swimming back and forth, and I would jig on them a little bit, and nothing. They just were not interested, but they wouldn't leave. They were there, the same 2 fish. All right, there's the blinking light, all right. They're 6 inches away. I've got a clip and my little tungsten jig. There it is. Now, you get those dirty bombs, and right there is a treble hook. That's fine. There's all different ways. I hate to ever say this is the way we've got to rig this because it's not. I got a stupid thing here. Because you can have a long leader, you can have a short leader. I have 4 to 6 inches. It seemed that's what made sense to me. What? There we go. And this is the fire line right here. And right below it, this is the 14-pound trilene mono. So a treble hook, you could have a treble hook 4 inches down, 6 inches down as well, if you like treble hooks. I hate treble hooks. and I've got baits of them on there. First of all, you can't, when you're catching a lot of little fish, you get a treble hook and they got 2 or 3 hooks in their mouths. You know, it's tough enough fishing these fish in little deeper water like we are, but to have to jerk all those hooks out of their mouths, I will use them, but I don't use them real often. And if you see all my treble hooks, there's only 2 hooks left on them anyway because I always break one off. They really do what they're supposed to do. They grab onto the fish. But if I can get them with 1 hook, that's what I'm going to do. 10:37. Oh, shallow morning and evening bite exist this year. Yeah, that's always a good idea. Zipple Bay, they do that a lot. That's one of the deals they've got. If you're staying in a sleeper house there, they take you out and I think the sleeper house is in close, all right? So you wake up in the morning and you fish there till 9:30 or 10, then they come in and pick you up and they haul you out to a house that's deeper. So you get that morning bite if there is one. You know, if there is a morning bite and you're not there, it doesn't matter. And if there's not one, you don't know that unless you're in there. So usually that morning bite or the late in the day bite, those are walleyes, and sometimes they're the nice big walleyes. As far as me, every time I've gone in shallow at the end of the day like that, first fish I catch tangles everything up because you're fishing in the dark, and then you're screwed. Just up there fishing the sandbar out of Springsteel, the water clarity seems much improved. It's funny, the water is clear up here. There's no zebra mussels, so don't say it's because of zebra mussels. There's no zebra mussels that they've found here yet. And thank goodness for that. You have a bag or case for your Mega Live. Why doesn't Humminbird make one? They make the ice bundle for the Mega Live. It's awesome. Ooh, I had a fish. I'll show it to you. Don't think I know what you're doing. You're trying to get me to drop my phone in the hole. Let me get my line back down here. I'll show you. The Mega Live Ice Bundle comes with the Helix, all right, and the Mega Live, and the pole that you need, and the carrying case, and the battery, all right? If you have been shopping for the Mega Live 2 and that new Explorer, they don't have an ice bundle for that yet. They say they will next year. All right, here we go. Switch this around. All right. Oh, great. There we go. All right, here's the carrying case right here. Underneath here it says transducer. All right, regular transducer. There's they pull down the hole. There's all the wires you need for it. This all comes as a bundle. And that's the way to do it. Now, there's a lot of aftermarket stuff, and I think that somehow they should have had all these accessories more available too. But there's a lot of great aftermarket poles that you can get for ice fishing or for summer fishing or whatever. But it gets a lot better. This is like 3 years we're into these now, so more and more stuff's getting available. But that you pick that up and you carry it. I unhook the pole and everything. I take the wires out. Protect those wires. I'll tell you that. You kink them, that's expensive. Can you show the setup with the blinking light? I did. Oh, I see. Wait a minute. There. Is this your own shack or a rental? This is my shack. The Long Point rentals, most of them are very similar to this. Well, they're mostly nicer. And they've got some really nice new ones. But you know those old, and they're pretty famous for them, those round-topped fish houses, Quonset style fish houses. They've got a lot of those, but they're the new ones that they're making now, and I'm sure they make their own because they do everything themselves. They do a great job with it. The new ones they're making are the square, nice fish houses. I like troughs. You see that? Because I like to drill the holes, shovel the whole thing out, put the Mega Live down one, and drill the holes the way I want them. You don't bite me? These fish are starting to look a little bigger. Come on up, buddy. Oop. Yes, Steve. Yes, Steve Carson. I'm live on YouTube. Okay. Forward facing is on the radar of the Minnesota DNR. How do you feel about that? Following Wisconsin with the fish trap cutting your line. Oh, we've got good two things here. The fact that forward-facing radar is on the radar of the Minnesota DNR doesn't mean anything. People are looking to be sensational, get people to watch their news about it. Gosh, someone's from Bangladesh. You're not used to ice fishing, my friend. I'm old enough that I remember when flashers came out. Oh, good God, that's not even a sport anymore. That's shooting deer over a bait pile. Those flashers, you can't use those. And then when GPS mapping came out, well, GPS came out was bad. And then they put maps behind them, and they, oh my God, now fishing's not even a sport anymore. You're just in there hauling in fish. Well, I've been using forward-facing radar here all the time, forward-facing sonar here all the time. You see me catching a bunch of fish? It's new. It's great, and it is a game changer. And the people that are using it and winning all these tournaments aren't the people complaining about it. Why wouldn't everyone go out and get forward-facing sonar so that they're competing? They all jumped right on. They jumped right on mapping. They jumped right on sonar. They jumped on all this. It's new, all right. WDY had a story on it. It was merely stating they were going to monitor fish numbers. Don't think it'll change for quite a few years. They seem more worried about muskie. Well, you can do something that you've never been able to do before. You can look around and you can target fish. All right? I can look from 60, 70 feet away. I can spin this thing around if I knew how to use it better. And you can find the fish. There it is right there. Cast over. You watch that bait drop by the fish. And if the fish doesn't want it, he's not going to bite it. But if he wants it, he will. It is glorious. It's huge. They say we're going to catch all the fish. Same thing they said with flashers. Same thing they said with trolling motors. Every new thing that comes along, the better it is, the better it works, the more they figure we got to get out of it. I've been fishing Lake of the Woods for 40 years where there were petitions going around to get rid of downriggers for 10 years. Get a downrigger and go fishing, or don't. Get forward-facing sonar, or don't. You still have limits. Everything's the same. I've seen this movie before. Okay, now what was the other thing? What was the other question? See how they day to day. Can't wait to get live. Can I go back? It was the other question was a good one. Oh yeah, side imaging and down imaging around, but I never really cared for any of that. I never saw where that was great. Okay, my fish trap. My grandpa Jimmy, get out of there. My grandpa Jimmy's fish traps. Take this out once more. Here we go. I had some trouble here yesterday. Here's Grandpa Jimmy's fish trap right here. This job right here. That goes down the hole, all right? You get a fish here. You ever have a fish get off in the hole and get away? Hello. Yeah. All right, watch. You get a fish in the hole. You step on this thing right here. And that deal comes up in the hole. See that? It's kind of blurring on me, but that's how the fish trap works. It lays... Here we go. Goodbye, phone. It lays in the hole right up tight. And as long as that scoop thing doesn't stick down below the bottom of the ice, you don't want that to happen. You want it to be in the hole. If it's below the ice, as a fish, swims around, they do, especially an ice fish will swim around and around. As long as that line can go past the trap without getting caught on it, and if it's not down the bottom of the hole, it won't. So I've been using these since last year, and I haven't lost a fish because of them. I haven't had a tangle. I haven't had a line cut off, and I've saved several fish. Now it doesn't really matter to me if a fish gets off in the hole, but if you get a nice 17 or 18-inch walleye in the hole, yeah, that's what you're looking for. Okay. Hate to be on the radar of the DNR. What is better, attached bathroom or separate bathroom for the fish house? uh, mine is a go in the house kind of, getting the track machine. Best thing is, see, I'm not out here for days, so I'm not going to be in a situation where I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. I would, either way, it's disgusting and terrible, but it's something that you need. My silver fish house, you saw that when you're outside? Heck, if I had people fish, I'd have used that as a bathroom. I could run the heater in there. It's fine. But, yeah, that's one of the things about ice fishing. If you're going to spend 2 or 3 days, you're going to have to find some place to go to the bathroom. Max Olson, thanks, man. Appreciate it. A nice heated bathroom somewhere. Okay, good. Now, Steve's here. Oh, come on. Come on. I have fish actually coming through and looking at my bait now. So they're going to start biting. I'm sure they'll bite starting at 11 after we get done. Did you ask me a question that I haven't answered? I try to watch these things, but I hope I didn't miss it. I'm not a radical about forward-facing sonar either way. I'm just saying I've seen a lot of things come along, and they're pretty nice. And this is one of them. It's really nice. How often do you move your shack to fresh ice? I'll let this sit here for a week or so. If fish keep biting, heck, I'll stay here the rest of the winter. Wouldn't that be glorious? But I've got my little silver house, so if I got tired, if I went a couple of days here and fishing was terrible, I'd hook onto my silver house and I'd go out deeper somewhere else and set up and fish there for a day or so. Yeah, I don't run out and drill a bunch of holes. Like I said, I don't need to catch a billion keepers every day. So I'll see, maybe they bite in the afternoon and I'm fishing in the morning. Well, your morning's kind of wasted. If you went out and drilled a bunch of holes, I wouldn't know where drilling a bunch of holes would do. There's no structure here, so it's not like you're going to drill further up the hill or down on the rocks. But so I just stay, and you may be in a bad spot where there are no fish. So I'll move a little bit or I'll move a lot, and I don't do it very often. But if I found another spot with a silver house, I'd come back and hook onto the blue house and pull it out there, and I'd set up camp there for another week or so. After you get some snow, you get all these big snow drifts all the way around your house. So once in a while I'll move just to get away from them. Where are you originally from? I grew up in South Minneapolis, but I went to high school in Browns Valley, Minnesota. Go Thunderbirds. And I graduated from there. So, Browns Valley is kind of my hometown there. Will Mega Live transducer work with the Mega Live 2? The Mega Live 2 is a transducer. So you're saying, will one transducer work with the other transducer? Mega Live 2 won't work with a helix. They have something new called the Explorer, which is awesome. And you'll need that to run Mega Live 2. All right? And you can get the Explorer and you can run Mega Live 1 with that. If you got the Mega Live transducer, want to upgrade to the Explorer depth finder, which is touchscreen, different, cooler. There's going to be a little bit of a learning curve if you're used to the helix, but if you can run the helix, you won't have any trouble with that. Whoop. Yeah, Brian, I was wondering if I recognize your name. We used to fish on Lake Traverse. We milked cows, so there wasn't no time for no fishing. You had cows to milk. So I could, especially in the spring, I could go and fish at the county park from shore. Ride my motorcycle down to is 4 miles to the lake by road for me to get there. In the county park, we could fish from shore, and heck, I'd get my limit in hardly any time at all. And come home, and that was after cow milking. What's going on here? Oh, now the fish are getting pesky. So I have hit Traverse up, but not like I would today. It was mostly shore fishing. What is your take on barometric pressure affecting fishing? I do not know. But the one thing I know is if I look at the barometric pressure and it's 30.06, and I think that the best pressure is 29.85, I'm not going to not go fishing. I've caught fish with all kinds of barometric pressure, and I've not caught fish on all kinds. There's a lot of things. I think sun coming out is a huge deal, or sun going away is a huge deal. That's the kind of change, and maybe barometers changing as that happens. So, all right, I've had many times where catching fish like crazy, the sun came out and they quit, or catching fish like crazy and the sun comes out and they go away, or start. But yeah, there's not just one thing. There's got to be lots and lots that are involved in this. It makes you wonder why or how you ever catch a fish. You catch a fish because the fish are hungry, they're biting, and if you can get around them and give them some bait on Lake of the Woods and probably everywhere, they're going to bite. All right? Do you still use the eyeball jigs from Northern Lights Tackle? I have some. I had one on yesterday, and they're great. Now, I would have them on all the time except for one little thing. The barb on those eyeball jigs, and they're great. The barb is very not big. Right? There's not much of a barb on them. Not because they need them for the fish, but because the minnows just get off and swim away. So yes, I do use them. I've got them in here. I don't have one on right now, but I had one on when I started this morning. I love Northern Lights Tackle. He's a good guy, and he does make jigs and things that are not like everybody else that's making them. And you got to give the guy some credit for that. So Google Northern Lights Tackle, and first of all, you're going to find out there's a lot of things around called Northern Lights, but Northern Lights Tackle, Grigla, Minnesota, if that helps you in your search, you'll find you can see the stuff that he's got. It is 10:55. We're going to go like, any idea how much ice in the Wheelers Point area? I would say they're at 17, 20 inches by now. All right. So they're, now see, I don't know about the big stuff. I don't know about the 1-ton stuff yet in the biggest fish house you can find. That may be all going now, but I don't know that. I know that here at Long Point, there's more fish houses, big fish houses, and trucks out here every day. So, and that's good. The fact that people come fish, it gets crowded. As a local, I'd say, gee, it'd be nice if all these people weren't coming here fishing, but hey, come fishing. Enjoy it. I'll gladly let you have some of the fish because I can't possibly catch them. All right. Your favorite fish to target and what's the best advice you can give on catching them? Well, I fish walleyes and saugers here. That's all I fish for on purpose anymore. I would say the best advice I can give you is come to Lake of the Woods because you don't have to know anything. or you can know a lot, and you can have successful trips here. There's guys here. Well, Long Point Resort will do it. Just about every resort up here will do it. They've got fish houses out in the best spots they can find. They've got them heated. They've got a thing of bait there for you. Oh, I'm going to catch a fish here. What? And they've got the heat on, and they'll tell you everything you need to know. You've got to have a line in the water. They set you up, and you just sit and catch fish. How about that for a great thing? And you can drive yourself out to the fish house. No. What? Oh, man. He was there. That was a better fish. Well, now I've got no bait on this. There's 2 fish around. Come over here. I set the hook on that one as like I slingshotted him up there. So winter is great here on Lake of the Woods for them, but summertime they do it too. They've got charter boats here that take you out, whether you know a lot about fishing or not. The guy's in the boat with you, fishing with you all day. Are you dead? No. Okay. So whatever, and if you want to bring your family out, you want to stay on the ice for a couple of 3 days, you can do that. You want to get hauled out in the morning and hauled in later in the day, we can get in and get your fish. And the resorts here will, you clean your fish. Some of them will clean your fish, but they'll clean the fish for you, and then in the restaurants they'll cook them for you. Yeah, here he comes, the same fish. I know you can't see it, but I think he's going to bite again. Oh, man. So the best advice to catch them is go where fish are, and they're here at Lake of the Woods. Oh, man. If these fish start biting, I'll go a little bit longer here. Whitelaw, Wisconsin. Oop, he's there. Well, he's not big, though. Doggone it. Get away from there. I had nice fish coming in. How often do you replace the blinking eye? Well, when they quit working, and I've had them work forever, and suddenly you realize they're not working. But before we had blinking eye lures, we would put, oh, you kidding me? We would put a flasher. Yeah, this isn't the way to do it, boys and girls. That fish bit, took my minnow off, and then turned around and got the minnow. The minnow was just sitting there. This guy's going to bite. He bit me off. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. Well, bit off the jig. All right, remember I said this fire line won't break the 12-pound. God dang it. I hope we were talking about. Okay, someone wants to know if we're out lake fishing right now. Yep, we are fishing in my fish house out on the Lake of the Woods in northern Minnesota right now. Oh, the blinking lights. Well, they work until they don't. We used to use a flasher, a spoon, above, so they work as a flasher even if they're not blinking. But when they're blinking, when I know that they're not blinking for sure, I'll just throw them away, right? And they last all different amounts of time. Love watching and enjoying all your fishing adventures. Well, thank you. I've got these fish are crazy in here now. And watch this. Oh, heck. I can take this blinking light. Oh, talk about different blinking lights. Well, I'm not going to do this one. Doggone it. See, look, this is a giant. It's a great big blinking light. I've ordered several different kinds. Here comes one. Yeah, we're going to get some fish going here now. Oh, come on, man. Sure, the littlest one comes up. Kurt, how come you're such a dumbass? It says here. Oh no. Chartreuse, yeah. No bait. But from 11 until 1, this has been one that's been really good here lately. Someone says their grandpa used pink doll flies. Well, pink is a really good color. I use pink and orange and chartreuse, or yellow as most of the world calls it. Yeah, that was probably, it was aggressive, whatever it was. But I see that it's torn. It seemed like it broke at the knot. And I didn't tie that. I did tie it originally, but I haven't tied it for a while, so it's. There we go. Finally. He's another walleye, catching mostly walleyes, and that's what these have been in here. Now this is a 12-inch walleye, 12.5-incher, I'm sure. Kind of skinny too. This is people would keep this fish. I know that, like I said, it goes across the top of the bucket easily. Heck, this is a, well, heck, I'm going to measure this guy then. Yeah. It's 12 inches across that bucket, and this is an inch more. So this is a 13-inch walleye. Thanks for playing, buddy. Off they go. There you go. Well, while I'm baiting up, I'll just let me remind you guys, because the big part of what I'm doing here is keep it clean. More and more people are out on the ice longer periods of time. They're camping out in those hubs, those hub shelters. They're camping out in there for many days in a row. And the thing is, when you're out somewhere for days, you acquire some stuff, some garbage, some stuff, packages, things you opened up. Been out there long enough, bags of poop. When you leave, the rallying cry, keep it clean, is just take a minute, police your area, pick up the junk. It takes literally no time to do. It is. There we go. I'm going to put this big. I'm going to get another one. I can only use one. I got 3 or 4 fish on my other line. They're biting over here because that's the line that's in the water. And this is a sauger this time. Off they go. So when we can use 2 lines, you can use 2 lines on Lake of the Woods. When the fish start biting, it's hard to use 2 lines, because what's going to happen is you're going to break one right away, and you haven't got time to retie a bunch. It's time to fish. Okay. Give me a second here. It doesn't take long once you can get to it. All right, it's gone. Hooks in my pants. Oops. Oops, here comes another good one. Turkey. Here comes. Shooting right up onto the bait and not biting. So the fish still have the advantage because they're the ones that got a bite. And no more, everyone's as excited as I am. No one's putting questions up anymore, unless that's stuck. Well, we'll go just a little while longer here if you've got, I'll tie this up later, but I'll save this blinking light. This is the blinking light that really blinks. I'm going to put this bigger one on. Ooh, gosh dang it. You're just shooting it on my bait. Now they're not. Let me get this good. Never a dull moment. There are a lot of dull moments, and then suddenly there's tons of excitement in the fish house. Now I'll get this other bait down. I'm using chubs. If you get the live shiner somewhere, they'll work fine. But they're a pain because they die right away. You can use dead shiners. I use dead frozen shiners all summer. All right, this bait's going down. There's a fish going to come up on my other bait, but there's no minnow on it. They come up and they look at. Got it, with no bait on. Well, that's what I'm saying, no bait, but I'll find out. So heck, the first hour of this thing we caught nothing. Now we're, oh man. All right. And he really went after this thing, this bare hook. Come on up. Come on up, buddy. There we go. This one is a this one is almost 15 inches. All right, this would be a keeper. Get going, buddy. There he goes. Whoop. Yeah, that's gonna get crazy here now. We're gonna wrap this up. Thank you very much for watching this today. If you don't already follow me on Facebook, the NCOR Facebook page is a culmination of information that I get from myself, and I share information from all of the resorts that are good on Facebook, and that's more and more all the time. So if you haven't done that, get over there and click on, would you like it, or whatever you do on Facebook, to have NCOR Guide Service come up as one of the pages you're following. That's it. And subscribe to the YouTube channel for these videos. I'm going to say thank you for 151 people out there. And I hope you found something interesting or useful in what we did here today. And I'll just say thanks again, and I'll see you out here somewhere soon. I almost said on the water. On the ice. There you go. So long. That's not it. Yes.